Hi, guys, and welcome to Com 322 Communication and Popular Culture. The voice you are hearing is that of me, Dr. Kristen McAuliffe, and I am your instructor for these 5 weeks. I can't wait to get to know everybody, and I can't wait to learn and read all of this material with you. It's generally a pretty fun time. Normally, I'll post these weekly videos on a Monday, and that will set you up for the week, let you know what you have to do. It'll sometimes review the quizzes that you took last week and just touch base on content. But I wanted to post this video on a Tuesday so that you could spend yesterday familiarizing yourself with the site and the content, and that way this video can serve as clarification. Just a final reminder about that introductory discussion board. Lots of you are already posting on it, and I've enjoyed hearing and reading your pop culture addictions and responding to that. So make sure you've done that as well. I know the discussion boards aren't graded, but it's a great way for us to get to know each other and make the class feel a little bit more personal. All right, so I want to highlight what you probably already noticed in the weekly modules and on the syllabus, which is for every unit, and there are typically 2 units a week, you will have to do a few things. Almost every single unit, well, definitely every single unit has reading. Most will have YouTube clips or Vimeo videos of some way, some sort of artifact or text that allows you to apply the material that you've learned. Every module and every unit will have a Prezi or a PowerPoint, which serves as the lecture. And typically, I post some guiding questions too that I want you to take away from the lecture. You will also have a discussion board that's hyperlinked right there in the weekly module, and every unit has a quiz. Make sure you are paying attention to the dates of the weekly module because, as I said, every week has 2 units almost without exception. We cover the same amount of content that we do in a 16-week course during the normal semester. So we move pretty quickly through that unit. And I know some online classes are able to be organized where you do a unit a week, but for our content, it just doesn't work out like that organizationally. So just because you get done taking one quiz for the week does not mean that you are done. You have to then do the second unit for the week. So for example, this week, unit 1 runs basically through today at 5, Tuesday at 5. But then you have unit 2 that runs Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of week 1. So make sure you're really paying attention. Set as many calendar alerts as you can in your phone to make sure you don't miss anything. All right, important due dates to also put in your calendar are the quizzes. Obviously, you have them every week. You will have 10, so make sure that you are setting up when you can take it. Without exception, the quizzes typically open on one day at 8 a.m. and run through 5 p.m. the next day. I will rarely give makeup quizzes because it's open for longer than 24 hours, so you just need to make sure that you're planning ahead. You also have 2 exams in this class. One is the final exam, which is on the last day of the class on 7/21, and that'll be open pretty much all day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And your other exam is over 4th of July weekend. It opens on 6:30 and it'll run through July 3rd. You have a problem solver project that's due on Friday, July 14th, and then your infographic is due on the last day of the class, July 21st. And all of those assignment guides are up on our Blackboard site on the left-hand side under the tab called Assignment Descriptions. All right, a few additional reminders that I want to set for you just so you're thinking about it as a student in this class and what you need to do to succeed. If we were meeting face-to-face in a 5-week summer session class, we'd be meeting nearly 90 minutes a day together. And you will see that reflected in the content that I have given you. I have given you the same exact content in the same exact layout as I do in my face-to-face summer classes. So if you are unable to prepare for class and give yourself about 90 minutes a day for the class, I don't know that you're going to be successful here. And I don't say that because I don't want you to join us. I just say that because I'm trying to be very honest and transparent about the expectations of a 300 level class during a 5-week summer session. So you need to look at your schedule realistically and ask yourself, can I commit to 90 minutes a day? And if the answer is no, then I want you to think long and hard about ways you're going to compensate and maybe do 180 minutes other days in order to make up for that, or just realistically ask yourself if now is a good time for you to be taking the summer class. Also, the content. So, most of you are probably enrolled in this class because you love media. It's why I teach this class, because I love media. But there's a slight difference in wanting to sit around talking about Breaking Bad with your roommate and learning about popular culture and media in a scholarly class. And so I just wanted to kind of warn you that you will have a variety of content, and some of it is popular press stuff, like you'll be reading New York Times articles, you'll be reading stuff from a variety of cultural critics, but you'll also be reading a lot of scholarly information. And those scholarly articles are typically about 20 to 25 pages. They're written in a language that you might not use in your everyday speaking, but they're very important, and it'll help you kind of think more scholastically about media and popular culture. And so if that's not something that interests you, to like talk about media from a scholastic point of view, then I totally understand if you decide that this class is not for you. All right, a couple additional important reminders. One is communicating with me. So I absolutely love students. It's the best part about teaching. And on the online classes, I don't always get to communicate with you as much as I would like. So I do have my cell phone number on there, and you can feel free to text me. I prefer that those texts come between 9 to 5 on business days. I have a family, I have a life outside of it. And while I'm happy to communicate and support you, if it comes anytime after those hours or on the weekend, I'd probably prefer that you email me. Just because I, like you, don't want the class and my job to kind of consume my life. I do have office hours, and I host them on Wednesday mornings on Skype, and my Skype is KL McAuliffe, just like my email. But if 9 to 11 on Wednesday mornings don't work for you, please let me know. And we can arrange another time to either talk on the phone or Skype. I also use Google Hangouts, and I'd be happy to do it that way too. Occasionally tests malfunction, although it happens less than you would think. And so when tests or quizzes malfunction, I've been pretty clear in my syllabus about what I want you to do. You need to have emailed me within an hour of starting the exam, to make sure that, everything is there and that I'll, be able to reopen it back for you and things like that. Just know that the honor code still applies. I do something in this class where I post sample full credit answers from the quizzes, and I post them on the left-hand side of the Blackboard site where it says sample quiz answers. And those are there to just give you a better gauge and a better understanding for the material and also what I'm looking for on answers. Occasionally, though, I do reuse test questions on exams, and those answers are not there for you to cut and paste. Those answers are there for you to learn the material better and put them in your own words. In addition, on tests and quizzes, I am fine with you using your notes. In fact, I encourage it. But what I'm not fine with is you and a peer taking the test together and having the same answers. And so I just want to make you aware that the honor code and our plagiarism policy still applies to online classes. In addition, I do want to tell you something about that I'm kind of a stickler about, which is late assignments. When these assignments are due. 5 weeks is not a long time for me to get things graded and turned around for you in a way that you can use the feedback in a meaningful way. In addition, it's just imperative that you kind of do the things when the things are due. And so very rarely will I accept late assignments. If I do, it is 10 points off a day. And considering that most of them are only worth 100 points, those 10 points start to affect your grade pretty massively in a pretty quick way. But I absolutely do not allow makeup quizzes or tests. All right, I think you know everything there is to know about the class. But if you have any other questions, please email me. I look forward to the semester. Good luck, guys.